Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I love your glasses.
Yeah, I've got that pair eyewear where I get to change.
Nice. Oh, that's
Yeah, I
great.
get. Yeah, my granddaughter likes to put them all at once, and then I'm like,
Right.
but no, there's all different colors.
Nice. Let
Thank you,
me
though.
let me plug in my phone real quick.
Okay,
Sorry, be a second. Where are you based out of?
I'm out of right outside of Tampa. I'm in
Okay.
Ruskin, Florida.
These Floridians have unique accents because you could either sound like you're from the East Coast somewhere, or you could sound
Ye-
like you're from the South. So
Yeah, well, I'm originally from Jersey, so that's what you're hearing.
ah,
Plus,
okay.
I was in the Air Force for 10 years, so I picked up a little bit of everybody's slang
You definitely
over the years.
you definitely have your Jersey accent. That's great. Don't lose it.
No, no, no. I don't think that I could lose it even if I wanted to.
You're I think maybe when you're younger you can everything starts to just fade if you have one and then um but yeah, no, that's great. Ginger, thanks for coming on conversation.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm sorry about the confusion of
No
trying
worries.
to schedule this a couple weeks ago and everything. It just wasn't going to happen, but here we are.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as we get to it. I This is pretty laid back, it's all for fun. So
Right.
shit happens, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. And then, we make plans and then God makes other plans. So, uh
Right. Exactly. You're a military brat, right? Is that
No,
your
I'm not. I served. I was active duty
Oh,
for 10 years, Air Force
okay,
veteran
cool.
from
All right.
86 until 96.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's the best time of my life. It was
Okay.
wonderful. I enjoyed it.
Good. Oh, nice. Well, you don't have any horror stories to tell, huh?
Horror story. Well, I was in, so I'm gonna like really date myself though. So I was in from 86 until 96. So
Right.
it was peacetime when I was in. So
Right.
I don't have any horror stories like that. I mean, other than
Good.
uh, a basic training at the time when I went in the Air Force, basic training was 6 weeks. So it
Hmm.
was really, I mean, you could put up with anything for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
right? And I was a squad leader, so I was responsible for the 13 girls that were in my squad, and so one of the this is kind of a funny story, but one of the women was really the size of a grown man. She was like 6'4". I mean, I've never seen a woman built like this, but she was such a large, tall woman, and not large, big, large,
Yeah.
tall, um, that they didn't have female low quarter black shoes that she could wear to go with her uniform. She had to wear the men's low quarter black shoes. So at night, you'd have to line them up underneath your bed, underneath your bunk. And so I was a dorm guard one night, and the drill instructor came through at like 2 o'clock in the morning to, check everything. And so he's got the flashlight, and we're going through, and he's checking, people's bunks, whatever. People are asleep, but I'm standing there because I have to escort him around. And he gets to this poor woman's bunk, and she wasn't a very attractive woman either, mind you. Um, and he starts to run the light over the shoes to see if they're lined up correctly. And when he sees the size of the men's shoes, I can physically see him like step back, like, you know, and then he quick shines the light on me, and I'm trying not to laugh because it's really funny. And then he shines the light on this poor, ugly woman while she's sleeping, and then back at me to see if I'm laughing. And the entire time it was a test of, please don't laugh, you're going to get in trouble. Please don't laugh, you're going to get in trouble. And he must have stayed at her bed for a good, oh my God, it had to be a good 10 minutes, really just staring at how ugly she was, and this poor innocent woman was asleep the entire time.
Yeah.
So when he finally left the bunks, I had to go wake up my bestie, like, oh my God, I almost
Yeah.
lost it. So that's that's the
Wow.
closest thing I have to a horror story,
Yeah.
is that poor woman just while she was sleeping being abused.
Right. What w- so what are you doing now? You're a comedian?
Yeah, well, I have a regular full-time job, so
Okay.
and so that pays the bills. But then on the weekends, yeah, I'm a stand-up comic, so I've been doing that for about 7 years now. So it started as just a little hobby. I didn't, I really, I really didn't think about it when I started that it would become what it's become. Um, I had I've always been a performer in one way, shape, or form. My family's had bands growing up, so I would sing with the band, and then I sang with a band for a while. I raised my children in community theater, so they were always performing. So the performing aspect of it was not new. But then everybody was grown and out of the house, and I wanted to get out and meet new people, so I thought that this was gonna be, a way to really meet new friends, and so I went out and went to an open mic and, never looked back. Uh, I fell in love with it immediately, and, very quickly, within that first year, I started making money doing it, and now, like I said, most weekends, I'm booked to perform, and I make enough money off of it each year to fund my vacation fund, my yearly vacation fund. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so it gives me
That
something
sounds
to do on
fun.
the weekends. I make a little extra
Right.
money. Yeah,
Nice. Um, do you do you have any like career goals now that you have
for
like a whole
I did
thing
it at
going?
one point, and I'm kind of debating still on it. Um, I would love to be able to get to a point where I can just do cruise ship comedy, especially as I retire from my regular full-time job eventually. It
Yeah.
would be a great way to retire. So still making money, but being able to
Travel.
travel at the same
Right.
time. So, um, until then, I'm really just happy uh, performing in Florida and the surrounding states. Like I'd like to go out of state every once in a while, but I have no desire to be a road comic, and
Yeah.
hop in the car and race to the next city.
Right.
I'm too old for that.
That's kind of a young person's game too, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, unless I can con somebody into, I'll get the mobile home or the
Uh,
conversion van. If I can get somebody else
sure.
to drive it while I relax and
Yeah.
prep the next gig,
Yeah.
then I might be able to stomach it a little bit.
Yeah. That would be fun too, actually.
Yeah, yeah, it
I would
definitely
love
would.
that shit.
It definitely would. It definitely would. If I could figure out a way to keep Wi-Fi, then I can keep doing my regular job, which is really where I make my money. So if I could figure out a way
Yeah.
to keep Wi-Fi where I could sit in the back of the conversion van with my Wi-Fi and work during the daytime while somebody is driving us to the next comedy location, uh,
Nice.
you know, that would be the ideal situation.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Well, do you have any stories you can tell about your like comedy stories or anything?
I mean, do you want some of my jokes? You want something that happened to me on stage?
Sure. Yeah.
You both?
I know, just your like an experience on stage.
um, when I started off, as most comics, they write stuff that what I would refer to as the low hanging fruit.
Right.
So they write they write jokes about penises or sex or
Sure.
whatever, because that's low hanging fruit. So
Right.
I had this bit at the time where I was talking about online dating and uh, a woman's reaction to being sent a dick pic.
Yeah.
And and as I was doing this bit, the promoter that hired me to do the job, um, I guess he decided that I must really be subconsciously asking for him to send me a dick pic,
Wow.
because when I got off of the stage, I went to grab my phone and there were like 3 dick pics from him,
Jeez.
and I mean, I was furious because 'cause I'm like,
Right.
"Dude, you hired me to do a job. That's a bit that I'm doing up there.
Right.
That's not an invitation to send that to me. I don't wanna see your
Right.
shit." And when I confronted him with it, he tried to backpedal first saying, "Oh, I thought you would think it was funny," and I'm like, "No, this shit
In
I
this
don't this shit's not funny."
in
And
in
then
this day and
he's
age.
right, well, and then he tried to backpedal even more, and he was like, "Well, it wasn't mine." And I'm like, "Okay,
Oh,
so
come
you're just
on, man.
walking around with a random dick pic in your phone and decided, 'Oh,
Right.
oh, Ginger must wanna see these,'" you know?
Right.
So,
Well, she asked for it.
yeah, so that was a bad experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I blew the guy up afterwards on social media. I exposed his game, and it turned out that I was not the only one that he had done that to. So
Sure.
apparently, people that didn't have that same kind of bit were also getting pictures of it, and the
Damn.
consensus was that nobody liked what we were looking at anyway.
Like, come on.
But
Right.
But so that's a horror story, you know, but
Yeah.
there are also there are also some really great stories. I mean, I've done shows, with other comics that were also veterans, and
Oh,
we've done
okay.
some really great shows to raise money for different, veteran associations, so, you know, that's the good side, of
Yeah.
comedy, is being able to take that and do something positive with it, especially behind a cause, you know, that you really support or understand. The other thing that they don't tell you is that, you know, I told you I joined it because I wanted to meet people.
Right.
But it's really a very lonely existence. So in the beginning, like that first year, yeah, I was meeting people, you know, because none of us were getting booked. So we would all hop in the car and drive from one open mic to another open mic. And
Oh,
yeah, let's go grab something to eat afterwards or whatever. So there
right.
was this camaraderie. But um, as people um, got better and skilled and started to get booked, well, we weren't getting booked on the same shows. So
Yeah.
you know, now you just don't see those people, so I'll
Right.
end up you know, I drive to a gig by myself, I'm at the gig, and it's very social there, I'm performing, and you see people afterwards, but you're not really making a connection because they're connecting with that character I just presented on stage, uh,
Oh, yeah.
and so, you know, so you smile, "Yeah, nice to meet you, da da da," and then you leave and you're back in your car by yourself again, driving home.
Yeah.
So, it's the ebbs and flows of it. So,
W-
it didn't you know, I thought it would be a good way to meet a bunch of people that I would be able to hang out with and stuff, but that's not what the end result ended up being.
It's like
But
it's like going to a club or a bar and you're like, "Oh, I want to be social," and it's like, "I'll make some friends there," and it's like you're just people are gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's not like that at all. In
yeah,
fact.
it's very surface level, and then and with performers, because this used to happen when I would sing with the band too, is that you're performing. So, um, if I'm making eye contact with you in the audience during a joke, um, that does not mean I want to sleep with you. You know, I I
Right.
am making eye contact, like, but people take these things and they see this character that you're presenting on stage and assume that's who you really are. And yeah, it's a piece of me, but it's the character that I've built to perform.
Right.
It's not, you know, my everything. It's not really me.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it's
It's an
part of me. I wrote
aspect.
it. Right, as part of me, I wrote it.
Right.
but there's so much more to me, so many more layers than what you're seeing there.
Yeah. Well, hey Ginger, I appreciate you coming on conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking time out. And um, I've been doing this for a while now, and I swear, like literally, I think almost everybody I talk to, I want to bring them back. So I'd like to bring you back, and we can, we can talk about some other stuff. But
Sure, sure. Now, what is the objective of your podcast? What message are you trying to put out there? What?
just to talk to people, and I like hearing everybody's story. Um,
Okay.
I'm in Alaska. I'm I'm married and I'm grandpa, and I don't go out much, but I'm a social person. I used to play music. So I'd have a band, or I was really active in my 20s. I'm very social. And so, but over the years, the older I get, the less and less you have that. And, I used to have jobs where I was interacting with customers and stuff, but, I don't have that at the moment. So I just do it for fun. And I love talking to people. And, I think people, especially just people. I think everybody has their own. We're human beings. I think we're all unique and interesting. And nobody, I get reacts like, what are you gonna? What am I gonna talk about? You can talk about whatever, and it's not me, so I'll find it interesting because it's like sometimes it's never what you expect, or it's just the fact that it's like when you're on a plane and you talk to people, and it's the whole thing where you can talk more openly to a complete stranger because it's like, why not? Like you're never gonna see me again, but this time you see
Sure.
me again because I'll send you the link.
Right, right.
So,
Well,
so
the
yeah.
funny thing is that I don't like to talk to new people, which is
Oh,
really
really?
funny. Unless I'm on a cruise ship and I'm drinking, then I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah.
Well, listen,
Right.
Sean, it was really great meeting you. Thank you so much for having me on. I enjoyed it, and yeah,
Okay.
I'll come back whenever you invite me.
All right, Ginger, you take care. I just want to let you
All right.
know part of it was because your look. I noticed you because your look and your glasses. So I was like, she's got to have something. So thank
Yeah,
you.
I listen. I would love to share some jokes with you next time around.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
I mean, you want one for the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so I work from home
Yeah.
and got my desk set up right by the window here.
Nice.
And the other day I was looking out the window and there were three sets of geckos and they were having sex on the screen. So I watched them. And then the more I watched, the more I felt like it was a personal message being sent to me from the heavens.
Nice.
And once I figured out what the message was, I called my boyfriend up. I said, "Hey, you need to get over here right
Nice.
now. We need to have sex for 15 minutes." He said, "15 minutes?" I said, "Yeah, 15 minutes is going to save me 15% of my car insurance." Uh,
Wow. Very
um,
cool.
now, uh, he told me he couldn't make it. So I said, "No worries." I called a male prostitute because Liberty Mutual told me to pay for what I need. And the Liberty Mutual guy, he knew exactly what he was doing because every once in a while, he'd hit that spot and I'd Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Wow.
And it was so intense. It was so intense. He slapped my ass at one point. I said, Aflac. So
Wow.
there you go.
That's pretty good. You should talk to all of them trying to do an ad.
Yeah,
Do
I don't know
multi.
that I'm who they want representing me, but
I
uh,
don't see why not. You're funny, and you have a great look. So, all
uh,
right,
thank you
Ginger.
so much. Stay warm in Alaska, my friend. We'll talk
Thank
again.
you. We're Blizzard. We're Blizzard. I don't know if you could see anything, but yeah, there we go. It's been like that
Yeah,
for a week.
yeah, no, no,
We're
I'm
tired
good.
of it. Yeah.
I would say, I would say. All right, take care. Thank you,
Okay.
Sean.
Take care.
All right,
Live long and
bye.
prosper. You take care.
You, you too, sir. Bye bye.